Okay, we're going to talk about when you went to Penn State for a little while. Why did you go to Penn State?
Well, it was local. I started out local in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Then went to went to Harrisburg, which were outside Penn State, and I went there for a while. And when I quit, I came home. But that's not when in the 50s, I went in the service on 1950, and sometime during the 50s, I came home on leave, and my dad and he took me to, I practiced with the Lincoln Place football team, which was all vets except me, and they practiced right up 5 minutes up the hill through the woods, and we had a big park up there. We practiced. I practiced with them. Well, then they turned semi-pro, and I was in the service then. And when I come home on leave, my dad took me down to Westfield in Homestead or Munhall to see a game that the Lincoln Place Lions were playing.
And that was your team?
And that was a team that I practiced with. Mm-hmm. And they played against Glen Hazel. And the running back for Glen Hazel was Johnny Unitas. And he ran, and I could see his a tackler's arms are around his shoulders, and he just go running down the field.
Huh. And then what did you do after that? When did you go back into the service? I guess you went back to the service, right? Because you were on leave.
I was just on leave, yeah.
Right.
And I stayed in the service till 53, and I got out 3 months early because of the end of the Korean War.
And then what'd you do?
I don't remember.
Where'd you work when you got out of the service? Back in Pittsburgh?
Well, I worked in this. No. I was a private eye.
What were some of your capers that you solved?
Well, throwing toilet paper out of the 12th floor of Gimbel's department store and into an alley, which was a main thoroughfare for people walking from one big store to another. And you hit people down there. And then the other one was...
And you caught the fellas, or...?
Yeah, I caught the fella, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hit one guy.
Why was he doing that?
I don't know, just for kicks.
Mm-hmm.
And one I never caught was the guy that stole Kotex.
What did he steal them for?
I don't know, probably sell.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that I remember anymore. Do I have another one?
You drinking a glass of wine out of a Bud Light koozie? You see what your koozie says?
No.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So, when you were a private eye, where were you a private eye at? In Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
And then what happened? After you were a private eye, what did you do next?
I don't know, I had a bunch of odd jobs. I don't remember what they were necessarily.
Bailey McGee, hush. Bailey.
I don't remember some of them.
When did you go work for the government?
I worked about 2 years for the government, or a year, and then I quit and went back home.
Why?
And that's when I became a private eye.
Mm-hmm.
Then not till 60 did I go to work for the government.
Why'd you quit the first time?
I don't know, I
Homesick?
just wanted to go home, I guess. And and then I started again in 6 years, around 1960, I think. And then we got married. Jane and I got married in the 63. We met in 59, I think. She started her first job in Riverdale, Maryland, teaching in Riverdale, Maryland Lutheran Church School for 59. And I knew my cousin Audrey's son was in her class, and that's how I got to know Jane, through Audrey, and I just called her, and we finally took us a couple of years to get together because...
Years?
Yeah,
Did it?
because I bowled 3 nights a week, and she was singing in the choir and something else, teaching in the evenings. So we just couldn't get time that we weren't both busy for a year or so. I don't know how long it was before we finally had our first date.
Mm-hmm.
And when
What'd you think when you saw her the first time?
Well, I knocked on her door. She's on the second floor of an apartment in I can't think of where anyway, I knocked on the door and she opened it up and she said, "Oh, you must be Bud." And I said, "It's too late if I'm not."
You're such a stud. Mm-hmm. Did you think she was beautiful when you first saw her?
Oh yeah, she was good looking.
Yeah?
And she was on the second floor, so she couldn't get away.
Yeah, so you trapped her.
Huh?
You trapped her.
I dropped her?
Trapped her.
Oh, trapped her, yeah.
Yeah? She couldn't get away, huh? With your charm and your good look.
I was first date.
Yeah? And then you guys just went out with each other after that?
Yeah.
Nobody else?
No.
Okay. What was your best date? Do you remember?
No, I don't
The
remember.
first one?
Oh, the first one was at a huge mansion in D.C. that was originally, it was a restaurant, and it's really fabulous. But it was originally a house of ill repute.
That's my kind of first date.
So you took Mom to a strip club?
No, it wasn't then, it was a
Oh.
restaurant. I said it was originally
Okay.
House of Lust.
and we didn't know that when we went to the restaurant, but I found out later that's what it was, many years before. So, anyway, but they had a great restaurant. You went up a big circular stairway up to the dining room. The bar was down the first floor. And a big circular winding stairway up to the restaurant. And they had great food. I can't even remember what the name of it was.
Well, you lucked out. He washed the car and it started raining. It's raining.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Can you hear it?
No.
Can you see it?
I hear it, I
Do you
think.
see it on the car?
Yeah, it looks like, is that rain?
That's rain.
I thought it looked like the way they bounced sleep.
Sleep.
No.
That is October.
Well, it has sleep.